The art of flipping bricks.
Art of flipping bricks. Flipping the right bricks.
Okay, now with the brick. Yes.
Hey, boy, you do. Bonnie, I ain't forget about you.
Oh, they always do forget about me.
I appreciate you having me. And Jock, I know you got one of these.
Right.
That's okay. Pass the blessing on, my brother.
That's right, man.
Right.
Y'all see what's going on in it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we got to get into it, man. We back at it. Your favorite cousin checking in. Young Jock, Miss Y'all niggas, shout out with Young Jock in the Streetz Morning Takeover. Let me tell y'all something, man. We have a lot of special guests that come in. And sometimes there's special guests that, you know, the world knows them. You know, sometimes that's when we use the terms world renowned.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I'm going to claim it for you, my good brother, because this morning, man, we talked on so many occasions. Sometimes hour-long calls, sometimes 5-minute calls.
Right.
And I do believe in my heart of hearts, with what you're doing today, moving forward, you will soon be that world-renowned author. Ladies and gentlemen, in the building, not only one of my personal friends, but my realtor, my only realtor.
Yeah.
And, like I said, soon-to-be world-renowned author, Mr. Doug Parson. Doug the Plug in the building.
What's going on?
What's up, man? Listen, I'm sitting here. You brought us gifts this morning.
Right.
The new book,
Yeah.
The Art of Flipping Bricks.
Right.
I remember when you first told me. You said, man, I think I'm going to write a book.
Right.
I said, are you? You said, well, really, the book already done. I said, where's that? You said, it's in my head. I said, okay, you know what you're going to do. So when I looked up and you told me, yeah, man, I'm about to go do this photo shoot.
Right.
I said, it's beyond real. Because you're a man of your word.
I am.
And you definitely, your follow-through game, your follow-up is what makes it so important. So let's talk about it, man. We got to get into it.
Talk about it.
Everybody want to know
What
about
does it
flipping
mean,
bricks.
the art of flipping bricks? Because I'm trying to correlate that to what you do.
Okay, I'm going to break it down. First of all, I appreciate y'all having me. This is like the Grammys for me, so I'm winning the Grammy right now.
All right.
You feel me? So the art of flipping bricks is simply the art of flipping houses. Now, the way we put the word play on it is because I used to be a street guy some years ago. I've been out the street since 96, but I used to flip other bricks. So now I'm flipping house bricks. So we came up with it, the art of flipping bricks. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, then.
So,
How I get my first brick?
All you got to do is call me after the show, and we're going to start working. Let's go.
Well, I got my first brick.
Oh, you do?
To the bricks. Yeah.
Break
That one down.
Right. The actually the book break it all down in layman's term. I broke it down like where elementary children could understand it. A lot of our people are not avid readers. So, you know, I made it real simple to the point. And also for the non-avid readers, I also got the audio book dropping today. So you can go pick that up.
So if you're just tuning in and you don't understand what it is, okay, this brother, when I tell you, all right, I want to say you sold me my last 3 properties.
Yes.
Me and Kendra.
Absolutely.
And every time we ever sat down and came to a point where we were like, we're gonna do this.
Right.
It was never been a time that I didn't feel secure.
Right.
In your process. And you know, we always talk about trusting the process.
Right.
How did you get into real estate? Because people are gonna want to know this, because to go from when I met you, I mean, I thought you was already doing crazy numbers.
Right.
And then to now, me being around more, us talking, I really see you doing these numbers.
Right.
So how did you get into the whole concept of real estate?
Well, I got into the concept of doing real estate probably in about 98, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had lived in Kentucky for a short period of time, and I had a little extra funds, so I decided to buy some homes and fix them up and sell them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So in the meantime, fast forward, when my wife, Dr. Parson, graduated from college, we had to get out of Kentucky because there was nothing going on there.
Right.
So boom, we come to Atlanta. So I buy a house in Atlanta. The lady that sold me my house, she looked like me, and she was very successful. We went to her house. She had a mansion. She had Mercedes Benz's, racing motorcycles. She had the pool with all that stuff. And I never seen that from our type of people. And she was like, from where I'm from. And so she was like, hey, if you ever want to get in the business, just go ahead, give me a call.
Wow.
And soon as you get your license, I'll put you in the game. And that's exactly what she did from day one. So,
And it's been up ever since.
it's been up ever since. We've been, down a couple of times and back up, but I'm back up and it's stuck. So.
That is.
Okay,
That
so
is.
what is the art of flipping the bricks these days with the interest rate up and down really at a high rate,
Right.
and them really trying to break the market from a crazy real estate market?
Right.
We just came from.
The market is super crazy right now. I will say it has slowed down a little bit for me, but it's really back like maybe how it was about 4 years ago. So the pace is cool for me, right? It was a time where, like it was 1,000 people bidding on one house.
Yeah,
With
I was
that.
one of those.
Exactly. So I sold a ton of
Oh, my
homes then.
God.
Now they just moving a little slower. So instead of me getting rid of them in a week or 2 weeks, now it's taking me probably 60 days to 90 days. Now, as far as the interest rates, I mean, you just got to take that hit and then come back and refinance. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But you
yes.
can't just not buy a house and continue to throw money down the drain renting. You just can't do it. It makes no sense. You get nothing at the end.
Nothing.
So, buy now, refinance.
Okay.
All right. So how long would it take someone if you bought now to be able to refinance?
Just refinance. I would say give it a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And refinance, they got some great programs out here right now for refinance, especially if you can do a 15-year term. That's one way you can drop them rates. Do a 15-year term. And if people really start looking at that, the payment is not so much more than if you're doing a 30-year term.
Because you're paying less interest.
You are.
And you're paying more towards the principal.
Right.
Right.
And you can see the end goal.
Yeah. A lot quicker.
Clear.
So as far as refinance,
Right.
okay, I have like a 3-point.
You have no need to refinance.
ever.
Ever.
Yes.
It may never get to that again.
Right.
And with that being said, when I was looking for my house, people were out looking for houses, and there were some people that were paying overinflated costs.
Definitely.
And now that the market has calmed down,
Yeah.
what happens to those houses? I mean, to that value, they just don't have any equity, or how does
They don't have any equity, and hopefully that if they're there for some time, then it'll catch back up with them. But a lot of people did spend over value. I sold a lot of houses over value, which was good for me. But like if you planned on selling it real quick, you probably stuck. But if you're gonna be in there for a minute, you good. The prices are gonna come back down. They gotta come back down.
I'll tell you what's interesting. Doug took me to see some houses. Some were 800, some were like 900. I was like, every time he showed me a house for $1 million, I was like, no. I don't want to go see those.
Right.
I just didn't want to see them, right? And so we got a list of houses one day, and we pulled up, and it was so interesting because you looked at the house, you was like, no, we've been looking at almost $1 million houses. Why are you looking at a $400-something house? I was like, well, it's a stepping stone for me.
Right.
I could buy it low. I said, if the market go up, I get some money out of it. He was like, yeah, you might. Yeah. Right. And next thing you know, I only owe like what, 400,000 or 400,000, like right?
Right.
That house jumped up to $628,000 within a year.
Quickly.
So that for me was one of those moments where I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna trust the process on every time I go to bat with Doug, man.
Right.
And here we just closed on a new property.
Yes.
Myself and Kendra.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Shout out
Very
to Kendra.
beautiful.
He talked me
Got
off
it.
the ledge. Listen, I called her one morning. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Listen,
Keep
to
it
the camera.
100.
I said, Doug, yeah, dog. I ain't gonna try. I don't even think I want to go this big. Doug said, let me tell you something. He said, boy, you. I said, what do that mean? He said, boy, you jock. Boy, you deserve this.
Yeah.
You and your wife. We got to talking.
You
About
said,
50
I am Josh.
About 15 minutes in, I was like, all right, Doug, we gonna do this.
Yeah.
And to get to that closing table, that was another victory for us. Because here it is, I'm like, man, you got this book now.
Right.
This is a perfect opportunity for me to be able to help you with just letting the world know about it, man.
Right.
Because it's a lot of us, like you said, that have never seen people that look like us
Yeah.
in through a certain filter.
Right.
So for that woman to come into your life or have it happen, and for you to see that and her to be, open enough to give you that game and share that game with you,
Right.
and for you to pass it forward and pay it forward to the rest of the world, man, I just want to say thank you, brother, because,
Yes,
that's
I appreciate
these are stepping stones and building blocks that you look back and be like, you know what, I'm glad you did that.
It is.
Now, who is this on the forward? I see.
Be quiet.
Forward? Okay,
Yeah.
so if you in this world, I'm sure you seen a big deal that QCP and Coach K, My family just did. I think it was 300 something million. But
Yep.
Coach K actually forwarded the book. So he also wrote in the book. Also, the audio book is available now. It's actually dropping today, and you can go on there, and he's on the book. He's in there on the audio portion. Got some music on the audio portion.
You got some other people on the audio portion too,
Oh,
though.
I got. Pardon me, sir. So I got Kendra Robinson, my
Okay.
preferred attorney.
Yeah,
If you did a couple of $1 million deals, you probably know Virgil. He's a lender.
Shouts out to Verge.
Shout out to Virgil. Shout out to my credit lady, Tia. That's Go Grizzly. He's a big producer. That's actually his wife. She does all my credit. Got my hard money guys in there. Got my wife in there, Dr. Parson. So we loaded. We loaded.
Okay, so let me ask you a couple of things. Now, I know you have these big money clients.
Yes.
But for the average person that makes about $55,000 a year,
Right.
would you say that they have a good chance of actually getting a nice home in this market that we're in?
I definitely know beyond a reasonable doubt they can get a good house in this market. It's just all about their agent, who's looking for these houses for them, who's finding a deal, who's in touch with, who's renovating these lower end houses where somebody that's making something like that can get a nice house. Now, I also, like I say, I flip bricks. So I'm one of the guys, our slogan is we give people with beer money champagne.
Okay.
You know, so the same houses that you're talking about for these people, they go in Alpharetta or wherever they go, and they see these quartz countertops and these paints and all these different things.
Mhm.
Well, I do that too. You know, I get deals on the stuff. I put it in the problem. So, like, I bless the people who really not so high up.
Right.
But I like to bless the people at the bottom too.
Oh, that's
what God sent me to do.
And if you're just checking in, man, we in with Doug the Plug, known as Douglas Parson. When you heard him say he flips bricks, The Art of Flipping Bricks is the new book. He's talking about real estate, bricks, property. I mean, because people could just be tuning in like,
Right.
flip bricks. He just said that on the radio.
Right. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about flipping bricks.
Let's go.
You have the 10 flipping bricks commandments. Can you
Yes.
give us two of
Two?
your best? Because I want them to get the book so they can get all 10 and read the rest of the book.
They definitely need to.
Okay.
One thing is when you flipping, you got to flip with people who think like you. If you go into business with somebody, you got to really do your research, make sure they're good people. It's so many. I just gave them 10. Another one could be from the 10, like when you're getting ready to purchase a property,
Mm-hmm.
never go out and try to buy something before you go on before you closing on a property.
Okay.
Like that could put you in a bad position. Like
Man,
I've
so many
dealt with
people don't know that.
Some people go get a new car right before they close, and then when they run that last credit report and they see it on there, now your numbers is off. So you hit. The underwriter's crazy.
Because what people have to understand is, and what most people don't realize is, the underwriter's job is basically to protect the financier, right? The
Right.
financial company, the person who's going to give you the loan.
Right.
And they're going to pick you apart and look for any reason not to approve you. I'm not saying that's their main thing, but that's what they stand on. They're going to look for the reason why you're not eligible for the loan that you're applying for.
They
Exactly.
protect the money. They protect the
Protect
money.
the paper.
Don't talk too much when you're talking to these
No.
real estate lenders and loan officers and
Right.
underwriters. Don't tell them you got to pay $27,000 child support a month.
Oh.
Don't tell them that. I'm gonna tell y'all. I made mistake. Y'all gotta pay child support. It's, oh, how much is child support?
Right.
So, Mr. Hughley, you need to come up with another job.
See what I'm saying?
And then if you're an independent business person, that means you don't have a W-2. You really need to have your paperwork in order, because these are the hardest people to get financed in real estate business.
Right.
Am I correct?
You correct. And a lot of people, like, that had their own businesses and stuff, typically, like, nobody like to pay the IRS. Like, like they just not throwing their money there. So it's like when you got your own business, a lot of people claim losses.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Ooh, tell them that.
Losses. You claiming losses. But check this out. When you get ready to buy a crib, like, for a year or two, you're going to have to not claim losses. You're going to have to claim the gains so you can get where you're trying to go. and then go back to that, but you got to do it right for a couple of years.
Well, I don't know if you should have said that one. That was one they needed to see in the book for themselves.
Hey.
You gave them a little too. You saw stuck the game spot right there.
Then you're gonna have a tax bill on the other end of that because I'm paying one right now. You have to fully claim everything. You want to get the most maximum amount, and I never understood. Long time ago, I was like, I write everything off. Off. And an older guy. And I wish you would have expounded on it when I was young. He was like, you ain't never gonna be able to buy nothing.
Wow.
And that statement, if he had stopped for another 5 minutes
and explain
broke that down to me, what I was doing, then I think it would have been a jump. So I applaud you for writing the books.
Definitely.
Get your audio book today.
Yeah.
And me and my family is gonna sit down and listen to it.
I appreciate that.
how many. I'm sorry, real quick, for the people that are listening. Just give us an idea. What type of read is this? This is a short read. Is it a big book for people that don't know?
This is a short book. How many pages is in my book? It might be 100 or something like that, somewhere around there.
Short?
But I broke it all the way down.
For somebody who's not an avid reader,
99 pages, right? It's no fluff in this book. No fluff. I got right to it. I know I only got a few minutes, so your time span is short. So I kept it short. I gave you everything you needed to know. I didn't put no fluff in it. A lot of people that I know, we don't care to read that much, so I had to give it to them quick. And then I really did it with the audio because they can just get in their car, listen to it. I got great music on there too.
How long is the audio?
It's an hour.
Oh, that's good.
It's an hour, maybe an hour and 20 minutes.
So something you can pop in, listen to over and over again, go right to the chapter that you need to kind of get a refresher course on.
Yes, and you can hear the best of the best talking about what we're doing. So you can hear your wife, Kendra, talking about the whole closing process. You can hear me talking about how to get started from step 1 to step 10. It's just the audio book is crazy. You can hear Coach K on there too, talking about my life and his life and where we come from. So that's big too. Shout out to Coach K.
I just want to ask for the people that may be, a little nervous about entering the housing market. Mm-hmm. Would you recommend people to do a lease purchase?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm against lease purchases, to be honest, and that's simply because of the person selling the house. That person you can get that person some money down. You can make all your payments. And they can just be going and splurging, not making the payments. And then one day you get that notice on your door. You got your receipts, everything you done paid, but he not paid what he's supposed to pay. Okay. So now you out.
He ain't paid the bank back.
Yeah. So like I'm against lease purchases for the most part. I know some people may have worked out for them, but I can't advise my clients to go put their money in jeopardy like that. I just can't do it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, man, y'all get that book, man. He got 99 pages and a brick ain't one.
Right.
Now, I definitely want to take the time to say thank you, Doug, man, because, sometimes people don't know what it feels like to have a dream come true.
Yes.
It's so fairy tale like. Some people, they may not make it to see those days. Some people just don't ever get the proper footing or the proper income to do it or whatever it may be. But for those people who actually aspire to see dreams come true, man, I think this is definitely a good book that they need to invest in. If you're not into just sitting out thumbing through the pages, you just want to thumb through your check, then you can also pop this the audio book in and really just dive into it while you're riding, when you ain't doing nothing, on your phone, if you're on the treadmill, if you're just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good. And and as a man, I want to say thank you for sharing your knowledge.
I appreciate it.
Because that is wealth, and you're sharing that with the world, man. So always a good thing when we hook up, man. I remember the first day you were so happy you got the book done.
Yeah.
I said, his ass finna be rich.
Yeah.
Because you definitely know what you're doing. I done see you do it 1,000,000 times over, man.
Right.
So again, tell them how they can pick up the book and the audio book.
Okay, so if you want to flip through the pages, you can get the book at Walmart. Let me speak on that.
Hey,
This ain't just, you just got to order it offline. You can go to Walmart.
You can go to Walmart. Like, I respect Amazon. I love Amazon. People put their books on Amazon. But shout out to Clarence McNair. That's my guy. He put me in the game. But definitely go to Walmart.com, pick up the book. You can also go to Barnes & Nobles. You can also go to Amazon, Books A Million. Now, I really want to talk about this audio book. Now, you can go get that on Apple iTunes. You can get that on Amazon Music, and you can get it on Audible. That's what I want y'all to pick up. It's really like a whole real estate album with music on it. I'm talking about good music, and you hear some of the biggest people in the game speaking on it. Go pick that up. It's available today. You know, y'all had me here today. I said they had me here today. I got to drop it today. So
Hey, man.
that's what's going on. One last thing I definitely want to say, why I do this. I feel like God put me in position to help the people who come from like a background that I come from. So it's like I did this for the hustlers that don't know what to do with their money, all the dope boys. I also did this for the dancers. You know what I'm saying? Who they're doing very well. They trying to figure out what to do with their money. This is for you. This is also for like those people who lost an auntie, lost their grandmother, lost an uncle, and they got a little money. They got 40 or 50,000. They have no clue what to do with it. Pick this book up. It takes you from 1 to 10, and like that's what I'm doing this for. I felt like I was put here to help the people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't doing it, but that's what I'm here to do.
Won't he do it?
And that
Yes,
is,
he will.
again, man, you know, we don't usually clap or give applause to people that's in the studio with us, but I'm going to do it because I'm happy to have you in my presence and know you as a friend
Right.
and as a business colleague, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to give a round of applause for Doug the Plug, better known as Douglas Parson Jr.
Yes,
The
sir.
new book, The Art of Flipping Bricks, is out now. You heard that man say you can get it at Walmart. I mean, he said you can go get it at Walmart.
Yeah, and go check out my lifestyle a little bit at I Am Real Estate One. At I Am Real Estate One. I also have a YouTube show called Digs with Doug. I show all my luxury properties. Property management, we do that, me and my wife. Real Estate Blondie is also out here selling real estate. Y'all get with her
then.
on IG. Real Estate with Blondie. That's my angel. You know, she'll look out for you too. If not, call me. You know,
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never seen her not smiling, dude.
They too cool.
Too cool.
Too
I
cool
mean,
for school.
Match made the way it's supposed to be again.
Right.
Man, shouts out to you. Shouts out to the new book, The Art of Flipping Bricks, man.
Yes.
About to get up out of here. Make sure y'all keep it locked for more Young Jock and the Streetz Morning Takeover.